Good afternoon, Nolan here with Kooima Ag, and we're getting quite a few questions about our rock stopper today, so I want to show you how it's installed on this FR 9080. This particular gentleman uses our rock stopper very faithfully. He will not use any pickup conditions, picking up hay, alfalfa, or rye without using a rock stopper. Northwest Iowa, we do have a few rocks here. There's other parts of the country that have a lot of rocks. This is a great way to prevent rocks from getting into your very valuable knives and everything inside your chopper. You all know what happens when a foreign object goes through your machine. So this particular machine has the rock stopper installed. You really get a control module and a sensor. There's one sensor, and most of the time on all the equipment manufacturers, the sensor is installed on the right side, on the upper front feed roll. Okay, there's a sensor installed here. When the sensor gets mounted, you can turn it up or down to show more sensitivity or less sensitivity right here. There's also a sensitivity switch in the cab, which we're going to show you later on in the video, that you can turn, and we're going to actually show you how this one is installed, because most of the time, the most time-consuming part is how sensitive should I set my rock stopper, and how many sensors do you get with a rock stopper? Well, you get one sensor. It's located on the right side. It's a very sophisticated sensor. This gets hardwired into your metal alert system, so the chopper actually thinks there's a piece of metal in your machine, so it stops it, so you can reverse the feed rolls and get that rock out of there. The rock stopper will buzz in the cab that there's a rock in there. There's a reset switch on there that you have to push after you remove the rock, and you can go about on your way with a rock-free attitude. So what we gotta do is install the rock stopper. It's kind of sensitive on the more sensitive spot. This particular operator didn't put it in the center. He pointed it down like this. Of course, he ran his wires up to where he plugged it in. So he plugs it in up here. The control module is plugged in back from here. And there's very detailed instructions for all the makes and models. It's just a one-page instruction thing. We're not going to hit on that everything today, because it's just, you're going to have to read it word for word, but it is pretty nice thing to install. It doesn't take that long. I want to talk to you a little bit, now that we're standing out here, how this is mounted. So it's mounted a little bit toward the down side. But another key element that I want to tell you about is tension, spring tension on your feed rolls. Okay, in your manual, it's basically on the second page, how to have good spring tension. Okay, this thing determines if there's a rock in there by the feed roll going up and down, correct? So if you have a very loose tension on that feed roll, to where if the feed rolls are open, like in a yearling situation, the rock sensor will not work as good because the feed rolls are already open. So what you want to do is have good tight feed roll tension and hay pickup conditions, so that it can determine a foreign object going through it, and it shows you in the operator's manual how you should do that. In an FR machine, you can just show more thread. So let's go and jump in the cab now and look at the control manual. You can basically install your rock stopper anywhere you want in the cab, but this particular operator put it back here. We ran the wires out through the back. Turn it on. When you just turn the key on, you'll see that it's green, everything's good to go. You've seen how sensitive he had it set up when he installed it on the feed roll, and he's been running about on the 8. So this particular operator is probably going to detect a pretty small rock and stop and eliminate him from wrecking anything else. So this is your reset button. If you have to back the feed rolls up, you have to reset it back. the sensor back, and that's basically it. So that's basically a real quick overview of where to set the sensitivity and how many sensitivity switches there are on our Rock Stopper program. Give us a call, 1-800-522-8874, and we can keep foreign objects from going through your machine, so you keep from wasting costly downtime when a rock goes through your machine. These things really work, guys. Thank you for your time.